You're fictitious. You don't know what love is or what respect is.
Don't come to my wedding.
No, I don't care to come to your wedding. I hope that I'm working or something. I swear to God.
This is really shitty, guys. This is really fucking shitty, and I don't deserve this. I've been nothing but fucking witch hunted. I've been trying to just ignore it and move on and ignore everything.
Oh, you are just a treat.
So I wasn't expecting to make a video on this subject so soon, but sadly it is indeed a day blending in why, so of course there is drama to be had. And once again I find myself confronted by a person, nay, a whole gaggle of malcontents, that is I'm very, very hopeful that my lovely band of bitches and bastards will never turn out to be. I really honestly shouldn't even be making this video. I got a Pokemon intro I gotta make for my next Let's Play. Spoilers. But instead of getting shitty content, I'm making, well, shittier content. Why? Because someone irritated me multiple times and I have a platform to spew it all.
It wasn't supposed to be like this.
Before I begin, I will say that I do not want any of you watching to go and harass this person. Y'all are better than that, and I expect better from you for it. I'll smack a bitch if I find out you did. So, who's the subject of our video today?
Look.
We called it sin.
Sin?
Or Succulicious, which is a name that makes me feel icky to say. Don't be this guy. This grand monument of moral questionability is, in her mind, a very niche micro-celebrity who does twitchy things and lewd shit. Two things I have no issue with whatsoever, especially that second one. Ladies, get your grind. And while I do not personally partake in the whole sex worker thing, I do believe that sex work is real work, because y'all gotta deal with the fucking weirdos of society.
The ladies and I were just watching Jack and Jill. Adam Sandler plays a guy and his sister, and it's just awful. It's unwatchable, but, you know, they're hookers, so it's fine.
It's like psychology, only messy and more flexible. What I do take umbrage with are her activities outside of these two bits. See, she has a history of improper behavior that ranges from playing to her audience ignorance for sympathy points and money, to doxing small children. Yeah, that's a fucking leap, ain't it? Oh god! The amount of screenshots I have for this bitch, from either myself taking a few, or from the absolute truckload sent to me from people this pose attempted to, and in some cases, succeeded in canceling. So they're gonna fly by pretty fast. Try to keep up. Pause if you need to. Naturally, all this took place on Twitter, the living dumpster fire of a place that is, and my personal I'ma be a dick playground. Saw this person railing against our last individual we dealt with. You remember, G-Flash-EX, right?
I don't know why she was called the magnet Pokemon. She doesn't look like a magnet type. But who am I to judge? Most of you probably see her as a magnet Pokemon.
Oh, well, that rabbit hole got deeper. Fuck. So you might be asking yourself, Alex, why do you care about random Twitter slash? Because I don't like lying, manipulative cunts who believe they're untouchable because they have a massive following. Especially when they weaponize their platform to fuck with people I care about. Plus I had to deal with this BS for the past 2 months, so I'm about to make it this bitch's problem. So come with me, children, on a character study of a psychopath set to some nice jazz funk.
You like jazz?
Let's start near the beginning with this particular individual, Hallie, another VTuber with a good heart, a twisted mind, and an anger streak that makes this fucker look civilized.
Lassie got glassed and no cunt leaves here till we find out what cunt did it. Who the fuck are you? Yes!
Ah, bless the Irish. Some interactions happened prior that I will speak on later on, but for right this point, I'm going to start with, she's popped into Sin's Discord server and was not able to post GIFs in the chat, and was a little salty about this. Side note, the reason this was done is to keep spammers and racist assholes from bombarding the chat, so I understand, and I would do the exact same with mine. She didn't get her words right, and therefore said a couple things that were a little stupid, and this led to some replies from Sin's peoples that could be construed as standoffish, or at least that's how Hallie took it. and continued to devolve a little bit into one big misunderstanding, something that could very easily have been, smoothed over, quieted down. However, here comes Queen Bee.
Don't you dare tell me or my mods that we are not allowing freedom of speech. I am extremely disappointed.
Oh, the ways that could have been worded. My lord. Just play the cooler. That's all you needed to do. You don't need to get hostile. You don't need to sound like a holier-than-thou mother chastising their child. Just cool things down. Give the info as to why you do what you do. Reiterate that this is your server, and so take it or leave it. And attempt to being pleasant. That whole line about you catch more flies with honey than vinegar, yeah, it applies here. Naturally, this would piss off little Firecracker, and so she left the Discord. But not before sending a single message to Sin privately. Something I should not have any knowledge of, and yet... what transpired... So goddamn much happened over the next few days, weeks, month, that I couldn't begin to sum it all up here. I'd be here all fucking day, and I really don't want a 4-hour-long video. However, I will give the Cliff Notes edition. So Sin took some screenies of the DM in Discord and all that shit, and posted it to her 4,000 plus followers on Twitter, effectively taking her dirty laundry and flapping that shit around like a child looking to get mommy's attention.
Hey, Mom! Look at me! Look at what I can do!
I see you, Homer. That's very nice.
Hallie said some things to people. Not nice things, although that one was kind of funny. Sin screams harassment, and her legion proceeds to come a-running for a firm beating. Hallie tries digging up info on Sin for her past shitty behavior. Sin finds out about this and plasters it everywhere, even going so far as to threaten to report her to the government to take her disability away, which, by the way, is that a thing? I've never heard of that before, that random harassment online could get your government stipend revoked. I don't know, maybe Canada is different. Canada's weird. Right about here is where I finally got to speak with Hallie after being on Sin's side roughly for the past 4 or 5 days. But nevertheless, I did finally get to speak with her, and proceeded to get drowned in screenshots. Started digging, and some of the allegations that sparked up started sprouting evidence, like, this one right here. Sin, of course, did not take kindly to this, and went for the classic, "Help me, my minions" method.
I hate doing this because I don't like crying, but I'm having an anxiety attack because this dumb bitch is trying to cancel me and I didn't do anything wrong. I'm so socially awkward, I don't even know how to defend myself.
100% bullshit round here. $1 now, $1 now looking at 2, 2 and then now looking at 3, 3 and then now can I get a 4, 4, they're now sold. 400% bullshit round here.
Now, I'm on the fence with this one because she's technically taking a screenshot of what has just transpired. However, if I was to do lewd stuff in public and I find out that a minor had followed me, I'd just block and move on. Not converse with them, not shame them, because let's face it, we've all been young. Okay, some of you are still young, but okay, I remember bypassing the school's firewall when I was about 12 years old and finding out that porn even exists. Difference between then and now, though, is, well, aside from a 144p image taking an hour to load, y'all don't know how good you got it, is that I never tried to contact the spank material artist in question. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't be that guy. It's weird. So this continued for a good while, even to the point of another trolley bastard called Lumbee coming in and stoking the flames. At the time, it was pretty funny. Now, nah, that shit's still funny. A little bit into this, the accusation of Hallie doxing Sin popped up to me by Hallie as an "oh fuck, what have I done" kind of thing, because she accidentally forgot to edit out Sin's real name. She promptly took it down, covered up Sin's real name, and put it back up, but even though it was up for a grand total of 5 seconds, it was far too late.
Hallie decided to dox my name. Nice! Fuck my life.
And so that continued for a while until by the grace of some deity somewhere, Sin got bored and moved on. And thankfully, things have calmed down between them, so much so that they can be civil towards each other. Miracles do happen, folks. We got proof right here. The fact that Hallie can be civil towards Sin proves that she is a far better person than I am. As time goes on, she latches on to other people and does her typical, call out culture BS or some moral grandstanding, showing how much better of a person she is than you, and she will make you know it, goddammit. Be it chastising you for being racist, for making an ethnic cleansing joke, which I promptly replied with this.
The Inquisition, let's begin the Inquisition. Look out, Sin. We have a mission to convert the Jews.
Just so you know where I stood on that particular joke. She didn't like that too much, and so it was about the time I decided I was going to leave the Discord server of hers, and oh my Christ, the circle jerkery that went on in there. I've been inside culverts that were less echoey. Made me want to enjoy a root canal, Kurt Cobain style. Moving on to that, calling someone wood chipper feed for wanting to show their niece Sin's stream of Dead by Daylight. Actually focusing on the game, considering the kid liked the game Dead by Daylight and not the streamer, who does weird, creepy things on Twitch. Simple allegations that such hasn't completely ruined people's lives before. No, not at all. As per the norm to this point, no one held her to account, but that's hence the reason why I'm here. Or how about keeping an entire folder of doxable information sent to access things on our Discord on the back burner as a just in case because something didn't feel quite right. Dude, that puts this chick in line for identity theft. I can do a lot with an ID. Or what about when someone from her legion comes over and verbally beats down a quote-unquote fellow succubus VTuber. VTubers are weird, you know that? As not being anything compared to Sin. This individual brings it up to Sin on the DL, and she proceeds to raise holy hell about it. Granted, her hubs did go a little wild on the back end, but while Ray is over here saying I'm sorry and telling people not to engage, Sin is more, I'm being harassed, swarm, swarm, or just the constant barrage of showing off screenshots of minors that try to view her not safe for work content. As much as I agree to just block them outright, why the fuck are you showing off their information? Just block them and be done. You don't need to give that much information out to your people. That's fucked. Which leads us into why we're all here today at this video. Aside from my constant feed of Russia versus Ukraine memes and anime titties being interrupted long enough for me to give a shit, random ankle biter decided he'd push his luck and slip into Sin's Discord to take a peek at those sweet lewds and nudes that may or may not be hidden within. To do that, though, Sin herself must verify that this person is indeed an adult. How is this done? She tells you to send a picture of your ID or driver's license, most stuff removed, with the age visible, and in that picture there should be a written down bit of your screen name. So let me get this straight. So it's infinitely easier for someone to take a quick jaunt over to Pornhub than it is to see this person's crusty ass in 480p. I would question why people do this, but OnlyFans exists and is semi-profitable for most people. So maybe there's just like a different thrill to it. I don't know. I never understood this kind of culture. So, thinking he was slick, or being from another country where it's legal, who knows, dropped it into her possession. Now, what do you think she did with this information? Was it A, blocked him outright, B, made a Twitter post calling him out, or C, dropped their Discord to her legion? The answer is D. All of it. Every last bit. I'm blurring out everything proper because the masking she used for some reason on the ID is so shit that a high enough res image you could see through it with ease. Even giving her the benefit of the doubt, she still docks this kid's birth state all of the social media connected to his Discord. His Discord, which you can't really know unless you have both his name and the last little 4 digits attached to it. All of it aggregated into one big old post. It's kind of funny because back when Hallie got dragged for accidentally dropping Sin's real name, someone posted this. That aged like milk now, didn't it? This went down as well as you'd expect.
I will defeat Sin. I must defeat Sin.
One person in particular who does call out culture, but he usually has more of a brain about it, fixed the image from before a little bit, and then told him, hey, that's not cool. Right? Cue the dragoning! Sin was nonplussed by this. In fact, as the rolls of her followers came crashing down onto her, she felt double plus ungood, saying that this was a harassment campaign against her. The Raydal and Celeste were just jealous of her success. That wasn't working, so she tried to bury it down under as hardcore as she could under Positive Vibes and Poonanny, which desperately needs to be the name of a lewd, comfy podcast name. While this bit of controversy is going on, you're typically seeing from previous things, someone's numbers take a sudden dip down, a la H3H3 or Keemstar or whatever you will. Suddenly, though, her numbers took a sudden jump from 4,000 to 6,000 in about 5 minutes. Not really sure how that one works, but I have ideas. This took place later on as well during one of her streams where her views went from, normally she gets about 20, 30 to about 600. Now, there's the concept that someone may have view botted her on both accounts. That takes money, and I don't see anyone being pissy enough or annoying enough to actually spend money on this person to get him canceled. I mean, I'm taking time out of my day to make this video, but I'm not trying to cancel him. I'm just having a little archive since she decides to delete everything on the random. Gonna pop a little extra bit in here as, I'm currently editing all of this together. This new thing popped up. It doesn't ever fucking end with Sin. Also, this bit's going to be unscripted, so if I sound a little weird, you know why. So while she constantly screams about, I'm not a doxer, I didn't do this, it's not doxing if it's all public information. That's not how doxing works. She did, however, decide she was going to get this individual's IP address and is threatening to oust his ass. While I don't much care for this individual, because A, I think I know who it is, and B, it's, this person runs a Twitter page filled with unpleasant stuff, focusing directly on Sin. What exactly counts as doxing to you, Sin? Like, posting someone's age, all their social media aggregated into one post, now posting someone's fucking IP address information, posting someone's name. What exactly counts as doxing? Having one person post your name is counted as doxing in your eyes, and yet this doesn't? I need help here, hun. So she put up what she calls an apology. However, she has a history of never accepting apologies, no matter how groveling they may be, unless she can, of course, get something out of them. And the result of no one accepting her half-assed apology is, just magical.
I posted my apology yesterday. I said I was sorry yesterday, and people think that that's not genuine. I'm sorry, I don't know how to express myself. Okay, I'm autistic, and I have problems. It's very difficult for me to express myself.
I mean, you look like you're expressing yourself pretty fucking well right here. Nice to lean on your disability to garner sympathy, by the way. And ooh, my goodness me, it seems to be working well for you. She's gone so far as to yeet her own fiancé under a bus by making him admit it was he that made her do it. Because, personal autonomy don't mean shit. I mean, kudos to that individual, I guess, for being a martyr to your lady, but this story has enough holes in it to make a trypophobe scream. Do not be this guy. Or is he still your boy? I don't know. Keeping up with y'all is like trying to figure out who's fucking who in a Bollywood soap opera. Not nearly as entertaining. But I do want to take one moment and directly address this particular slide right here. This disingenuous little minge huffer knows full fucking well that when you send that information, it is over a private page that only the lead admin, being Sin, can see. Nothing about it was public knowledge. It was shared in good faith with a vindictive little narcissist that then used it against him, along with all the other social media, something that I would not have been able to know at feckin' all. But now I know what this individual looks like, his name, pretty much I can find anything I want out of this individual. Are you stoned out your mind or you just stupid? And people are saying that there was no malicious intent behind her, dropping all of this person's information into one large aggregated post. I can't agree with that. Just seeing all of the evidence of how this person reacts to anything and everything, I can't help but look at it and go, that's just not a nice person right there. Speaking of the reason I know this information is because I went through the process, which means she has my ID in her possession. And by all means, dox me. I give no shits. I'd let out my personal info right now to all 2 of you listening. And if the channel gets nuked, I'll just re-upload everything to Rumble. I archive everything.
You have no power here.
But anyway, back to the story. As the descent continued, more and more people started coming out of the woodwork sharing their stories of what Sin did to them. I'm only showing a few here, but good fucking lord. Sin at this point was losing her mind and was talking shit about Celeste and Ray the whole time, even going so far as to misgender Celeste. Now, as I said in my last iteration of Don't Be That Guy, this normally doesn't pip on my radar. Yeah, until it's someone I know and actually give a fuck about. Do not be that guy. Sin can and will dish out venom like a spitting cobra, but the exact second she gets any backlash, her skin gets so thin it can be used for doors in traditional Japanese homes.
I can see your intestines, Guppy!
Over the past few days, she has blocked so many goddamn people that I have put serious consideration into starting a Teespring for merch with the words, I too was blocked by Sin. And of course, this prompts her legion to hunt down and attack on sight, sometimes providing some of the cringiest material you've seen since the 5th fucking grade. Yes, you will feel the wrath of the lion's pride, should you speak ill of our dear mother. You will have no chance of victory, as we have the power of God and anime on our sides. Clad proudly in mauled ninja gear, we stand firm that this small critter is no snack, but a whole ass meal. Did I go too far with that joke? Probably. Do I care? No. Now, these are just a few incidents out of the dozens I could have bring up, but we're already around the 32-minute mark range. And I'll be honest, I'm getting bored with this now. This dead horse has been beaten thoroughly into paste. So to end this, I will once again reiterate that I want none of you interacting with this creature. No harassment, no slurs, no nothing. I expect y'all to behave. This is more of an archive of stupidity than a cancel brigade against them. So thank you all once again for coming to my virtual soapbox. I love you all dearly, and I hope you learn how not to be from this individual. Do take care. Drink me.